obviously a really great performance from you guys on the road and a massive result. You switched the formation to the 4-2-3-1, something we haven't seen really in MLS play since the second game of the season.
No, I will say after New York City, which we play similar way, yes.
Okay. What made you sort of want to go back to that formation for this game?
Yeah, I think we felt that was the right approach to this match. I think changing something, it was a good thing for us. I think with the system, I think we're able to pressure a little bit better in the wide areas, even though we forced the ball there, and prevent a little bit, spaces for them to keep on putting balls in behind us. So with the ball, we did a lot of good things, and I think the important part was the discipline in making sure that we closed the spaces, that the team was very compact, and a very good performance by the guys.
RSL's coach talked about what Valeri was able to do in the system, how dangerous he was. Do you think maybe the change in the system helped him be a little bit more dangerous in the game?
Yeah, maybe. I don't think only the change of the system. I think the way the team play, because I think at the end the mobility of everybody allowed not only Valeri, but also Blanco, Polo, to find space, but also the good movement of Jeremy allow Valeri to find good spaces. Then we saw Chara that he played a little bit as an 8, was the one that had a little more freedom to go forward, and Guzman set really well, supporting the movements of Chara. So it was, I think, a complete performance by all the guys.
And then just why was the decision maybe not to go back to this formation until this point? And is this now, after seeing that performance, a formation we could see more of?
I have my reasons. I felt that the team first needed to be compact. We had to build and evolve to this system. And I felt that this was the right moment to be able to change some things, but within the system there were many things that we did to make sure that we were mostly compact and organized defensively. So I felt that was the right approach for this match, and we'll see what's going to happen going forward.
Blanco has obviously been very dangerous for you guys and versatile wherever you need to sort of play him, but in this role, maybe as more of like an inverted winger, he once again came up big for you guys. Why do you think he's been so good, so consistent for you guys this season?
I think he's been, first of all, sharp from the beginning of the season. I think he's been doing the right things outside the field. First of all, with his nutrition, with his lifestyle. He's been very disciplined, very good. Inside the field, I think he feels a lot more comfortable. And I think he's been one of the steadiest players that we have had the entire season. So anywhere that he plays, as you mentioned, he's done really well.
Coach, can I just ask a follow-up question about the NYCFC game, which you corrected Jamie and said you felt that was a 4-2-3-1.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Andres Flores in particular playing very deep and to the right, based on what New York wanted to do building down that side.
Mm-hmm.
What aspects of how you deployed the team that day makes you call that formation a 4-2-3-1?
Yeah, because I think it's important to understand what we, sometimes in with the systems, there's responsibility defensively and there's responsibilities going forward. In some games, you'll have more freedom to be able to, to play in certain shape going forward. But ultimately, defensively, we were exactly the same as we were in this match, and the important part was to make sure that we didn't allow teams to be able to get space. So the same approach was taken in both games, and that's why I corrected to make sure that it was understood that that day the important part was that we had wingers to make sure that we pressure them in those wide areas. So overall, very good performance again going back to this match.
Over the last couple of weeks, there's been a lot of talk amongst people like us about the formation, specifically how we numerically talk about them. What is your philosophy about the importance of those formations and the descriptions of those formations?
I think, systems are to be able to talk a lot about it. You can tweak and say and move and, I think at the end, formations can get transformed during matches, depending on different matches. The responsibilities are always different. And I think sometimes, I believe that the most important part is to make sure that each player understands what the role is within the system that, that you play in at that particular time. At this, game, we decided to go this way because we felt it was the right approach in the way Real Salt Lake plays, and the guys did a great job.
One of the major changes that comes with this formation change is moving Andy Polo from a central midfield role to a right wing role. In that central midfield role, he's had to cover so much ground this year. What is your feeling about the importance of his ability to get out of that central midfield role, provide width, before you switch to this formation?
No, we know that Polo has been really working hard and sacrificing himself in being that player that can help defensively and also, you know, give us width and attack. In this particular game, being a little bit higher allow him to be able to be a little more dangerous in the moments that we had the ball, and he created a lot of, you know, good situations. In particular, you know, the situations that happen on his side going forward, as well as, you know, when we had the ball on the left side, creating opportunities, you know, coming inside.